Welcome back to another packed edition of NC Sports Weekly News. Lots happening on the water. End-of-season classic regatta in the Med, from Turkey's Marmaris Racing Week to the Middle Sea Race in Malta. Foul weather in the North Atlantic hampers both starts at the Mini Transat and at the Transat Jacques Vabre, on the water and online, with senior correspondent Sébastien Destremaux. Off that very storm system, Carlos Burle rides another huge wave on the now famous Nazaré break and possibly equals Garrett McNamara's January feat. More wave riding across the globe in Maui for the JP Aloha Classic as Braseño takes home his first PWA crown. NC Sports, plunge into the action. It is one of the most prestigious offshore regattas on the international circuit, dating back to 1968, boasting a roster of sailing legends and VIPs from Ted Turner to Eric Tabary and Chino Ricci, and then again from Herbert von Karajan to Sirs Che Blythe and Francis Chichester. The Rolex Middle Sea Race is set on a fabulous and extremely competitive 606 nautical mile course, anti-clockwise around the island of Sicily. 99 yachts from 18 countries took part in this 2013 edition, marked by light wind conditions and intense tactical racing. Starting in the Maltese capital of Valletta, the fleet set off to the north, rounding the capes of Passero, Messina, the Stromboli Island volcano, and then veered west for the Egadi Islands, to continue down south to Lampedusa before the final stretch back into Malta. First into port on real time after 2 days and 16 hours at sea was 86-foot maxi yacht Morning Glory in Class 1, owned by Hasso Plattner and skippered by Christina Plattner of Germany. Overall winner of this 2013 Rolex Middle Sea Race on corrected time was Michele Galli's Italian TP52 B2, Spanish America's Cup class navigator and tactician Nacho Postigo on board. A perfect 10-knot breeze pushed the 180-strong fleet on the last and decisive day of racing at the 24th edition of the Marmaris International Race Week. The Autumn IRC Classic played out in a 4-day mix of coastal and inshore regattas on the renowned Turkish sea resort. All-national podium in the IRC-1 class as the MAT 1245 Matsamel crew closed the file after grabbing 2 seconds and a third place in 4 races and winning the last inshore triangle, holding back the Par 40 Boreas and the Melgis 32 Uka Uka. With the 3 wins and a third place in Class 2, local teams X Machine and Kia Acadia took the first 2 spots, while the Swiss Windmaster closed the line honors. Latvia grabbed the overall win in IRC3 as Igor Bukovsky's Veneto first at 36.7 Letland left no room for the competition with a 1-2-1-1, while Russia and the Ukraine dominated in the IRC charter class fleets. Marking the end of this 2013 sailing season, Marmaris International Race Week was a true festival of sail, and also closed with a wild on-stage bash for the delight of crews and spectators alike. As we close this NC Sports edition, multiple low-pressure systems keep hammering the continent following an unusually long and hot summer. And 2 classic offshore regattas have now remained on standby due to severe weather conditions in the Bay of Biscay. First off the blocks from Douarnenez to the Caribbean island of Guadeloupe, the single-handed Mini Transat was off to a sputter. Initially with 25 to 35 knots at the Cape Finisterre washing machine, safety concerns delayed the scheduled mid-October start for Leg 1 to Lanzarote in the Canaries. After days of waiting dockside and with few weather windows available, race directors and the 84 skippers finally sought a midway solution to move the fleet to southbound, opting for a short leg to the Port of Sada in northern Spain. Neptune again shut the door at the Cape, however, as a new system threatened the pack and called off the race, with the fleet taking safe refuge into Gijón until further notice. Just 6.5 meters in length, hoisting huge sail surfaces, and with the latest ocean racing tech on board, the Mini class is the entry level for modern-day extreme single-handed sailors. Useless for the scoreboard, this prologue may have identified some key players, at least for the futuristic Proto division. Italian Giancarlo Pedote on the rounded bow Prismian by Davide Rezon had an impressive finish all the way to Sada, reconfirming why the peculiar yet efficient design was already a winner in 2011. Not far behind, a French pack of pursuers with Gwenot Gahinet, Nicolas Boydevesi and Julien Poulve also showed they were up to the game. Weather conditions also affected the start of the double-handed Transat Jacques Vabre. NC Sports senior correspondent Sébastien Destremont is on the story.
Welcome to the office, NC Sports fan. The official start of the double-handed Transat Jacques Vabre was delayed last Sunday as yet more terrible weather engulfs the North Atlantic.
Donc la direction sportive de la Société Transat Jacques Vabre et l'ensemble de l'organisation a décidé de reporter le départ pour l'ensemble des classes au prochain créneau météo favorable, qui pourrait être jeudi.
With a possible restart during the week as this newscast goes on air, the monohulls fleet of Class 40 and IMOCA 60, as well as the 50-foot and MOD 70 multi-hulls, are kept safely inside the port of Le Havre.
Les raisons de cette décision tiennent à la situation météo à partir de mardi matin en Manche Ouest, qui est dans le golfe de Gascogne. Des conditions extrêmement dures, des vents entre 30 et 50 nœuds.
Closely following this legendary race, allow me to take you on a whole new way to follow and even take part in a modern-day sailing race.
As a sailing fan, you still have a chance to sign up for a unique offshore adventure online and skipper your very own customer's yacht against tens of thousands of other players worldwide on virtualregatta.com. You can finally see for yourself if you've got what it takes in measuring up on the water in real-life conditions. Tallying a record 500,000 players during the last Vendée Globe, this unique online game lets the audience into the heart of the action.
It's easy, just link up with virtualregatta.com and sign up, create an avatar and choose your favorite challenge.
Cross the Atlantic with the Transat Jacques Vabre or join the Mini Transat. You can also go all the way around the world using the trade winds of the Clipper race. Try your hand at extreme record attempts or simply feel the excitement of tactical inshore regatta around the buoy. VirtualRegatta.com is not just the highest rated online multiplayer sailing game, it is also the home of the global sailing tribe.
And whilst we're still patiently awaiting the start of the Transat in Le Havre, stay tuned all the way to Brazil in the upcoming editions of NC Sports.
Well, that very same low-pressure system that hindered the start of the Mini Transat became a true stroke of luck for extreme rider Carlos Burle of Brazil, as huge waves hit the coast of Portugal, offering unique and dramatic record-breaking conditions. Massive and terrifying, a sequence of huge 30-meter waves packed in on the horizon near the town of Nazaré, now the new big wave riding capital. Burle and fellow Brazilians Pedro Scooby and Felipe Cesarano took on the extreme challenge with the support of jet ski partner Maya Gabeira, who risked big and was overtaken by the immense water column on her very last tow-in, owing her life to Burle's prompt last-minute rescue. Nazar's awesome break thus continues to make surfing history. While the verdict is still out on the exact height of the wave, observers estimated it was possibly bigger than the one surfed by Garrett McNamara back in January of this year, which is also pending certification. The current bar was set in November of 2011 by the American here in Portugal, with a confirmed 78-foot or 23.77 meters, and officially ratified as Guinness World Record. A fifth place in Maui's JP Aloha Classic was plenty for Marcelo Brazinho Brown to stay ahead of Spain's Alex Mussolini and Victor Fernandez Lopez to become the new PWA 2013 Wave World Champion. Wave riders found top conditions in Maui for this World Cup final following the no-show in Silt that canceled all wave competition. With more than a broken mast in the fleet, violent squalls and variable winds met the sailors on the infamous Hukipa Reef, putting both athletes and the equipment to the test. The big surprise in Hawaii came from two American outsiders, as Levi Siver clinched his first career win on the PWA Tour by successfully defending his single-elimination crown against AWT champion Bernd Roediger. Ali Sedi, another Brazilian on a hot streak, was also on the podium in a very close third place. The decider for the World Crown came in the double elimination matchup with four windsurfers on call. Brown on Mussolini, Australia's Robbie Swift, and Joseph Angulo from the US. Brazinho nailed it with a massive vertical turn into an incredible air taka and one more gouging hack for the advance.
And my strategy was try to do what I could. Like the waves were some good waves, but some waves were closeouts. So I was trying to make sure to get one turn or two turns and then go for a big move, because that's been scoring during the last couple of days. It's a childhood dream for me, and I'm so happy it all fell into place and it worked out my way. I couldn't be any happier.
Top contender Alex Mussolini was shot out as Angulo took the pass to the next stage. No regrets for the Spaniard, finishing in 7th place here in Maui and clinching his best career result as the new PWA runner-up world champion. Thanks to his victory in September at the cold Hawaii in Denmark's KITEBOARDING, Brazinho had secured a comfortable overall lead in the World Series, always chased by Mussolini on the podium and for the world title race. With the point system allowing for an entire event discard, the Brazilian dropped his 6th and worst result at the Tenerife's season opener earlier in August. The huge success of the PWA Tour will be back in 2014 with a very top men and women athletes in wave, slalom, and freestyle. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.